Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you for logging in live to our first ever episode of Diamonds and Deals TV, hashtag Diamond TV. Nat, can I just ask you to turn your volume down a teeny bit on your computer?
Down?
Yeah, because I can hear myself on your, that's perfect. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So this is our first ever episode of Diamond TV, and we are very, very excited, Gemma and I. So this Diamonds and Deals is hosted by myself and my very, very good friend Gemma. So I'm from You and I Lifestyle Limited, and Gemma is from Gem Media Limited. And we are now going to be hosting weekly online TV series where we're basically talking to a variety of different female entrepreneurs who all have their own businesses. So we are kicking off tonight with a very, very good friend of mine. Her name is Natalie Less, and I'm going to let Natalie introduce herself to you. So Nat, I'm just going to pin your video so you come up nice and big. Okay. Excellent. So take it away. Introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Natalie. I run a company called Awesome Kids, and we are a provider of extracurricular dance-based activities all across London, Surrey, Middlesex. So we run clubs in schools, before school, lunchtime, after school, PE lessons, holiday camps, and birthday parties. And we have a really good team, and we love it.
Amazing. And when did you start Awesome Kids?
Well, I actually started a company called Dance It in 2011, which was the same thing, but it was just dance based. And then in 2013, 14, I rebranded to Awesome Kids because we started going away from incorporating other things as well as dance. So we weren't just doing it, we were doing, in our holiday camps, we were doing everything like gymnastics, circus, arts and crafts, everything. So it's a bit more inclusive. So we rebranded to Awesome Kids, reopened the company as Awesome Kids. So really since 2013 with Awesome Kids, but since about 2011 with the whole thing.
Amazing. So quite a long time now.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I know. Gosh.
I know.
And what made you kind of go down that path? Like, is this something that you've always been passionate about? Like, have you always been into, your dancing and, entertainment and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, obviously always loved dancing and knew I wanted to do something. Didn't know what I actually wanted to do. It wasn't really planned. It was just sort of happened. So I thought I wanted to go into the dance industry. But while all that was going on, and after I finished studying and everything, then I sort of by chance got the first club, which was just little old me, like doing a dance class in a school with 8 children. And then that turned into 30 children. That school turned into 2, 3 to 4. Company got created. Other people came on board. And now we're in 25 schools across the area, and we have 350 children participating every week. So it was by chance, but then I think if you're still doing something that's within your passion, it doesn't have to be exactly what you thought it would be, because it can turn into so many other things that you realize can become your passion. It doesn't have to be what you thought your passion was.
Absolutely. And I think that happens quite a lot to people, doesn't it? Like a lot of people start, sorry, my cat is just in the background as usual. Every time
you know what? My dogs are actually sleeping and I can't believe it. I thought they'd be barking the whole time.
I'm sure they'll wake up at some point, literally.
Yeah, no, I don't want to jinx it.
Every time I do any kind of online thing, which is recorded, and anything business related, he has to get down. Anyway. As I was saying, I think a lot of people start their own business, and along the way you obviously have your kind of goal when you start, and you're like, right, okay, this is what I want to do, this is the route I'm going to go down. You set your goals, you set your plan, but as you go throughout your journey, things change, and things work, things don't work, things you get different ideas, you get inspired by different things. And I think a lot of people that happens to, they start doing one thing, and then as time goes on, things can change.
And I think if you're open-minded about it, then you can realize that there's so much more. Whereas if you're always thinking, my passion is this, and I only want to do this, and if I don't, whatever, get a job in the West End, I will not have made it. Whereas if you're that close-minded and then it doesn't happen, you you will have just been wasting all that time when there's so many other things, even on the journey there, or instead of being there, or whatever. There's so many other things to explore, and I think it's about being open-minded to them and not being like, this is what I'm going to do and I'm not going to do anything else.
Yeah, 100%. And I think actually that's a really big part of being a business owner. And I think that's why you've succeeded, and that's why you're doing well, because you have been open to that. I think a lot of people start up their own business, things may not necessarily go their way, and then they give up because they were like, no, that's what I wanted to do. It's not worked. I'm just going to give up.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're open-minded and, you're open to other ideas of changing things, then there's no reason why you can't succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, what would you say the highs and lows are of everything? So of being a business owner and of what you do specifically? If there are any lows.
No, I think there are. Yeah. Obviously, the highs are more memorable because you want to remember them. Yeah. In terms of our business specifically, obviously the highs are with the children, because you see them achieve and come back and do amazing things, and they never fail to surprise you with how amazing they are. Yeah. And then in terms of having a business, obviously every single time, even now, like every single time the phone rings and it's a new school saying, oh, blah, blah, blah school has said that your clubs are really great. Would you come in and do a club? Or would you come in and do 5 weeks of PE sessions? And then they say, have you got an instructor for us? And also they talk to you like you're a really big business. Yeah. That is like a, oh, yeah, people are talking about, people are like, it's not just little old me. It's like, it's a proper thing. People call it Awesome Kids. They're like, are you going to Awesome Kids Camp? Not like, are you going to Natalie's dance class? Because it's not that anymore. Yeah. So that for me is one of the biggest highs, because it just shows like how far we've come. Yeah. I'd say the lows are, I think sometimes it can be quite lonely. Yeah. If you're a business owner. I mean, I'm quite lucky in terms of the team, and I have a business partner as well, and we do loads of classes together. But I think sometimes you end up spending a lot of time driving from place to place and on your own and with your own thoughts, and then you think sometimes, oh, can you imagine if I could go into a workplace and see a group of 20, 30, 40 people every day and have like work friends. My work friends are like 6 years old. Yeah.
You can't really go for a drink with them, really, can you?
No, but you see them in the street and they're really friendly when you see them. They're like, hey, Natalie, so cute. And then you're like, well, see, my friends are fun.
It's my work friend.
But yeah, but then to be honest, I think like well, you think that for a second, like maybe I'd like to go and work with people, and then afterwards you think, well, actually, no, I'm fine. Yeah.
Have you ever worked for like another organisation or another company, or did you kind of go straight into becoming a business owner?
I've worked for a similar company to what I started, and I did some dance classes for them. Obviously when you work for another company, you see, oh, I could do this a million times better. That was at the very, very beginning, like when I first started working. And I worked for a fitness company, and I used to teach boot camps, and I learned a lot from the owner of that company about how things sort of run, because it's similar, but I mean, it's similar in terms of, you have clients and go to organise classes and structures and stuff. So that really helped me. And then I was still working for them when I first set up dancing. So I was doing the boot camps for another company in the morning, and then setting up the classes and doing it in the afternoons. So that did work. But in terms of an actual like daily 9-to-5 job, no, I think I'd last a day.
I know the feeling. I
think I'm literally unemployable in that sense. Yeah. Because I'd be like, no.
Yeah. I'm exactly the same now. I never ever would say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So would you say by that from working, you know, for the doing the boot camps and doing those dance classes, is that what inspired you? Like you said, like I could do this better, kind of thing.
Yeah. You
Made
went
you
in
think,
and
go for
saw,
it.
yeah, and you're like, gosh, there's schools on every corner, people on every street, and then you're like, and these people, they don't even have a structure and a program and
Yeah.
routines and great choreography and great props, and
Mhm.
like they're just sending someone random, they didn't know who I was, in
Yeah.
to do a dance class, whereas we're just, you know, I think we're just a cut above the rest.
Yeah.
Like our classes, from the second they start to the second they finish, are planned. There
Yeah.
isn't like, oh, everyone just, you know, make up your own thing.
Yeah.
um,
But you
so
can
yeah,
see that. You can see that from your Instagram, even just from your Instagram account. Like you can see how organized you guys are, like with everything that you do with all your props and like your party bags and like, you know, all the events
yeah, like
you do and all that kind of
I
stuff.
would never send an instructor somewhere or go myself somewhere without knowing every single thing that's going to happen in that class. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously sometimes you have to reshuffle things, but not just like, oh, this is the dance routine, because the class is so much more than that,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like this
Yeah.
is the warm up, this is the routine, this is the prop, this is the activity, this is the trick, this is the cool down. Like even in terms of like a getting ready song and a packing up song,
Yeah.
like that's planned. This is the song that you
Everything.
play. Everything.
Yeah.
Every single thing.
Amazing. And then going back, before I move on to the next question, going back to what you said, you know how you said you love it when you pick up the phone and people are like, oh, you awesome kids, like people know who you are.
Yeah.
How do you kind of market yourself? Is it word of mouth? Is it like people hear about you, or do you do anything specific to, you know, to get people
To
knowing?
be honest, I actually don't really do anything. I think it's literally all word of mouth. I mean, our classes build word of mouth in each school because each school is a community,
Mm-hmm.
and things spread. And then we build school to school by each school recommending us.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the last time I sent out big
Yeah.
leaflets, stuff like
Yeah.
that, because I mean we're so busy.
That's
So
amazing.
I think
That's
we're really lucky in that sense. We're not relying on people online and trying to reach people, because we're much more a community-based thing.
Yeah.
And I think once people know you in the area, like I drive a big branded car around,
Yeah.
and once people know you, they just know who you are.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to do with things like this, like services, like a class, and especially with kids, because people like to know who they're sending their child to. I'm not trying to sell them a product or anything like that. So I think in terms of that, it's probably easier to build things and market things. I think we're quite lucky in that sense. Not saying that we couldn't do more and stuff, because I think if we did more, especially online, we could get more in terms of even birthday parties and holiday camps and stuff. But it's about whether we actually have the time and manpower to do those extra things at the moment, because we can't. I don't have more hours in the day. So without building our staff, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad, I don't know how much more we could actually do. But I mean, I think we're quite lucky in the word of mouth sense.
Brilliant. And then just touching on what you said a minute ago about how, you know, when you're working with children, you obviously, the parents like want to know you, they want to know who they're sending their kids to. That brings me on really nicely to my next question, which is, how do you find working with children, and what tips would you give to people who are considering going down that same route?
It's difficult because there are lots of things that you have to adhere to. It's not just a case of, oh, I'm going to do this in this place with these people. So there are lots of legalities and things like that, although it's amazing. But I think if you're going to work with children, you know that you'll want to work with children. Like, I think it's something that you think, if you think about it and then you think, oh, I don't know if I'd really want to work with children, then you shouldn't even consider it. Like,
you should just know.
You just know. Like, if you think, oh yeah, I'd love to work with children, then you could consider it.
Yeah.
But then when on those days when you're there with a class of 30 children and it's probably like 30 degrees outside, they're boiling, it's the end of term, they're going crazy. One child's lying on the floor having a complete total breakdown about a sticker, another one punching another one's doing some spinning around. Like, those are the days that you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
If you didn't like children,
yeah.
you'd literally be the one on the floor having the breakdown.
Oh my God, I can imagine. I imagine it's like that just with adults, let alone, obviously, adults having a hissy fit about a sticker, but you never know. So do you want to just talk a little bit about those kind of legalities and things like that? Like the things which, you know, in a normal job, when you're just working with people your own age and you're doing whatever, you wouldn't have to think about, but obviously working with children, you do have to. So it'd be good to know a bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, there is literally an endless list of admin. So, like, obviously, there's the obvious things like CRB, DBS checks, criminal records checks. That's the most standard thing. You can't go anywhere, do anything without one of those. But then there's obviously all the insurance is much more complicated because we've got 30 children in the room and 2, 3, 4 adults. Then there's things like accidents. You know, it's not just in case of if the child has an accident. If an adult has an accident, it's probably their fault because they fell over. If a child has an accident, there's a long process, even if they just fall over and scratch their hand in one of our holiday camps. So we now have record books which have to record every single incident, has to get described, has to get signed off by a parent. So I think we've been discussing this recently. As long as everything is recorded, we're okay. Like, the best thing to do is record it, because the child's word against your word, and they don't know when it happened, how it happened, things get distorted when it goes to the parent. But every parent has to be informed about every single thing, even policies, you know, our behaviour policy. There's a policy of if a child is disrupting the class, what do? Do you not allow them to continue? Do you take that privilege away from them? Do you speak to the parent? The parent might say, well, no, I don't agree with that. You can't take my child out of the class. But you have to have a legal policy which sets out your things. But then in each school that we go to, they have a different policy. So their policy might be that we can't enforce our policy on that. Or their policy might be that that's fine, you can, you know, whatever. Or in terms of like late collection. If the class finishes at 4:30 and somebody's not there until 20 to 5, we have to record it, date it. They have to sign it that they've collected late, because just 10 minutes, which in an adult's life would be nothing, in terms of a parent being 10 minutes to collect their child, that's a big thing in school life.
And then if anything was to happen to that child in that time, it's like, well, that's where he or she was, that's what they were doing.
And sometimes the office staff sometimes they're nice and they say, don't worry, we're here until 5, they can stay with us. But now we've introduced a policy whereby even if that child stays with the school office staff, the school office staff need to sign the record book that they have got that child, because what if the parent came to collect, the child wasn't there, and it's your word against the office staff word, and they're going to say, well, I never saw that child, and you're going to say, but I left them with you for 10 minutes while the parent was coming. So even when you're leaving them in a secure environment like the school, because legally they're our responsibility until that parent collects, then we have to cover ourselves in every single way.
God, that's a lot. It's a lot, isn't it? Like you said, like little things.
It's just a lot. Like if somebody turns up and says, "Oh, I'm taking Lily today as well," we can't let them go. Even if that parent is another parent of a child in the same class. We have to then stand there, phone the parent of the child, and check that it's okay. And it's boring and it's embarrassing. And the parent's like, come on, we're next door neighbours. And you're like, I'm sorry, I can't risk it, because if something happened, that would be our business gone.
Exactly. And have you had any experiences where anything drastic has happened where you've had to be like, oh my goodness, like how do I deal
I've
with
had
this?
one.
Or
I mean,
what?
we've as a team, we've had a few different
Yeah.
things. I've had one quite a long time ago where the child had two different nannies,
Right.
and the nannies collect some days of the week. One nanny collected, and then the other nanny, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, one nanny turned up, and the child said, I hadn't seen this nanny specifically, but I knew she had two nannies.
Yeah.
And the child said, that's my other nanny. So I said, oh, great. And she said, I'm collecting today.
Yeah.
So I said, fine. So she went with the nanny.
Okay.
Then then the other nanny turned up and said, I'm here to collect Ruby.
No.
And I was like, she's gone.
Oh my gosh, she must have been like, ah!
And then, when your heart just
Yeah.
stops. And I was like, she's gone with her nanny. And she said, I'm her nanny. And I was like,
Oh gosh.
oh my gosh. And then I said, no, she's gone with her nanny. And then we had to get the mum on the phone.
Yeah.
And then basically the mum said, no, it was this nanny that was meant to collect, the one who turned up second.
Yeah.
I said, no, the other nanny's collected. So the mum was trying to get hold of the other nanny, couldn't get hold of her.
Oh my God.
And finally got hold of her, and the nanny had got the days confused.
Okay.
And thought it was actually Wednesday, but it was Tuesday or whatever.
Oh
collected her by mistake. So we finally found out where she was. But that's when you think you need, some people look similar.
Yeah.
Like you even need photos of every single person you're expecting. But then some parents are so good and they say, blah, blah, blah's grandpa's collecting today. They send you a message, they send a picture.
Yeah.
And some parents don't even ever mention it and just send someone else and expect you to give them over. And then they get angry with you when you don't give them over.
Yeah.
And they say, why are you phoning me? I've sent my mother-in-law. And you're like, I kind of need to make sure that she is your mother-in-law.
Exactly.
I know she looks like a lovely woman, but
she could be anyone, let's be honest.
Yeah. It's difficult. It's really difficult because there's two different types of people.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh God. I bet when that happened and the other nanny, you were like, who have I given this child to?
Yeah. You literally think everything possible.
The worst thing.
And you're like, oh, I'm finished. I'm going to have to elope from the country or something.
I'm done. I have to leave the country. Oh my God. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. That's really useful. So what are your plans for the future with Awesome Kids? Do you have anything kind of set in stone or what's going on?
Well, we're very busy at the moment, so it's been difficult to make plans. Obviously, we just like to keep growing. We would love a venue of our own. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how far off that is.
Okay.
Obviously, we'd like to keep expanding into other schools with our team. Yeah. And more instructors, more schools, and hopefully more children. And then one day, a nice venue where we can run an awesome studio.
Amazing. Is that what you'll call it? Awesome. The Awesome Studio.
Exactly. Right.
Love that.
I expect to see you there.
Oh, I will be there. I will come and do the dance classes. Don't worry about that. And then obviously you've got summer camps and stuff going on over the summer.
Yeah. So we've got, May half term we're running, and then summer camps, as always. Yeah. And normally in the summer term we have like summer fairs every weekend because we go to all the schools and do performances with all the children. Yeah. All the summer fairs. But this is one of our busiest ever terms. Okay.
As in like generally every year or just this specific time?
Both. Summer term is normally the busiest because there's so many more things going on and schools have summer parties and etc. and they always ask us to be involved. Christmas time as well. Yeah. But in terms of numbers of our children, this is our biggest term as well. Yeah.
Cool. And then what do people do? So say if anyone wants to know a little bit more about like private parties, I know you do stuff like that. What kind of things can you offer in terms of birthday parties and things like that?
So birthday parties, we do a wide range of parties. They are dance-based. but we cover all ages. So we either do a dance your socks off party, which basically is some really cool routines, street dance, Zumba, hip hop. Then we do all our prop activities like plate spinning, hula hooping, baton twirling, ribbons. Then we provide t-shirt graffiti parties, which is my personal favourite. So yeah, so the children get a plain white t-shirt, which is the same as this one, but it's in white. And then they have graffiti pens and sprays and stencils, and they basically design their own Awesome Kids t-shirt that they can take home. And then we put them on and we do like a dance routine and then the party games and stuff. And then we do a party for the younger children as well, which is more dance based, but with lots more props and fun cowboy hats and things like that. But yeah, we cater any parties.
Yeah. And then do you go to people's houses, or can they like book a venue and then you go to the venue? Like
lots of people book like halls if they're going to have a big party, or people do it in their garden or their house if it's big enough. Fussy.
Amazing. Brilliant. So just before we go, is there anything else that you kind of want to say, just about anything? about Awesome Kids, about your life, about anything? Is there anything you want to share?
No, well, I don't know. I would encourage anyone to go into the world of business. I absolutely love it. I'm sure you do too.
Definitely.
It's just fun to wake up in the morning.
I
mean, it's stressful. I have breakdowns on a regular basis.
But that's it, isn't it? When you're so passionate about something, that comes with it.
Exactly. And like then the smallest thing can go wrong, which to someone else would be so insignificant they wouldn't even know. And I literally have some sort of breakdown about it because I feel so strongly about it, you know?
That's it. Well, actually, it's probably not the worst thing in the world, but because you feel so strongly.
To you at that time, it totally is. But I love it. I love working, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
And I'm putting you on the spot here a little bit, but what would your 3 top business tips be for someone who is either thinking about starting up their own business or has they're a new startup and they're just kind of getting started?
So I would say, don't be deluded. Like, you've got to be realistic. If you're making whatever amount, that's the amount you're making. Don't try and think, I'm doing amazing, because sometimes you're not, right? But things have to be changed. And that's the only way that I've learned is by making changes. Like, that didn't work because I actually ended up losing money on that party because I tried to do the whole world and everything in it. And this will work, and refining everything. So I think it's about being realistic. Otherwise, if you get into your own bubble of I'm amazing and this is amazing, it could just come crashing down.
Definitely.
And I would say it's really important to be surrounded by people who get you. I think sometimes it's really difficult to be in business and sort of have people around you who don't understand about how hard you want to work or what you want to do, and they're like, but it's Saturday. And you're like, I don't care.
That means nothing to me.
Nothing. Like, and it was difficult, but then I think you refine your circle. And now I feel like I have just the perfect person and the perfect people who just want the same thing. And just get it. You can't carry on clinging to things and people that are just worlds apart from you.
Couldn't agree more.
And also, if someone is not supportive and doesn't want you to do well, then they're just not worth taking the time over.
Exactly.
And I would just say, don't be lazy. Laziness. Nobody ever did well in business with laziness.
You can't be lazy, can you? You literally cannot be lazy if you're if you want to be a successful business. You cannot be that word doesn't exist.
I just can't stand laziness. I'm not even talking about physical laziness. Like everyone likes to lie on the sofa for a while. But I mean, can't be lazy, put things off. That's just one of my pet hates.
And that's it, isn't it? I think when you are a business owner, you very quickly learn that you can't be lazy, because if you're not getting
No.
up and doing it, no one else is going to do it for you.
If you're lazy, you're not going to get paid. You're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
No one's going to just transfer money into your account.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to survive. You're not going to be able to lay on that sofa.
Yeah.
So,
definitely. And even like the little things, like for example, like if you're on holiday or it's the evening or whatever, and you know, you're on your phone, you're checking your emails, and someone might be like, oh, just put your phone down. And you're like, no, because that could be an email which could get me business or lose me business.
Yeah.
I need to respond to it.
And the person who's emailed you is waiting for your reply.
Yeah.
And they've emailed you for a reason. And the longer you take to reply, the more you could lose that business to somebody else.
Yeah.
And if you don't take the business, somebody's going to snatch it away from you.
Exactly.
So,
and that could be like a lifelong client. So
yes,
yeah, amazing. Well, thank you so much. Is there anywhere, do you want to let people know where they can find you online? And I know you're on Instagram.
Instagram is Awesome Kids Limited.
Yeah.
And website is www.awesomekids.co.uk.
Amazing.
And my email is natalie@awesomekids.co.uk. Easy to remember.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Nat. So it was so nice to have you on here, and I'm sure you'll be hearing from some people. I'm just going to stop recording.